Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to the newspaper reading session for the day. And today we will start with again the international news. And Supreme Court explained the judicial team to aid West Bengal. So, the bench says judges can be borrowed from neighboring Odisha and Jharkhand if needed. It permits the use of civil judges for the exercise. Move follows Calcutta High Court Chief Justice flagging lakhs of claims and objections pending. So this particular move has been into the news, and this particular suggestion has been made because of the following fact that there has been lot of pending proceedings and objections in the High Court. Therefore, and the lack of judges available in the High Court. So this particular suggestion has been taken that the judges can be borrowed from the Odisha and Jharkhand High Court. So the Supreme Court on Tuesday moved quickly, as well as the ranks of judicial officers deployed to aid Election Commission in the completion of special intensive revision in Bengal, even alerting neighboring Odisha, Jharkhand to spare the judges. So this particular suggestion has been made by the Supreme Court on Tuesday, where a special bench headed by Chief Justice of India Justice Surya Kant met urgently after receiving a letter from Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court detailing the pearls of the exonerous exercise. The High Court Chief Justice said a whopping 50 lakh claims and objections raised by voters excluded on grounds of the mapping of logical discrepancies and mapping were pending before the Electoral Resignation Officer, Assistant Electoral Registration Officers. So this is Trinamool BJP hailed Supreme Court order. The Trinamool and Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party both hailed the Supreme Court's order allowing the Calcutta High Court Chief Justice to deploy the judicial officers from the neighboring Jharkhand and Odisha to deal with claims and objections in the West Bengal. Further, Health Minister set to roll out free HIV vaccination plan targeting girls under age of 14. So this particular news is the center is on working on nationwide HPV vaccines program targeting girls under age 14 will be soon out. So this particular is cervical cancer, which is profoundly found among the women until the age of 40. This particular HPV vaccine was recently launched, and it was even mentioned that there is a special budget even the last year, where the Honorable Union Minister for Finance Nirmala Sitharaman gave a special budget for this particular vaccine, and this year also the Union Health Minister is mentioning it about for the for giving the HPV vaccine to the girls age under 14. So the Union Health Ministry is to send to launch a nationwide human papillomavirus vaccine program targeting girls under age 14. The vaccine will be voluntary and free of cost, ensuring equitable access across social economic group. The nationwide HPV vaccination targeting will be soon begin. A girl shot of Gardasil and a vaccine that provides protection against HPV type 16 and 18 can cause cervical cancer, and type 6 and 11 will be used. The vaccination will be voluntary and free of cost. It will be administered exclusively at designated government health facility. Further, the cervical cancer remains the second most common cancer among the women in India. The panel to probe repeated failure of PSLV, says ISRO. So the committee that includes Vijay Raghavan, former principal scientific advisor, and S. Somanath, former chairman of ISRO, will probe systematic issue underlying the successive failure of ISRO PSLV. While technical committees probe and submit failure analysis reports when mishap occurs, the committee and the Hindu reliably learned will investigate questions on whether organization problems may have played a role in debacles involving the PSLV. Further, AIADMK unleashed the third round of populist promise to counter DMK poll snuff. The seat sharing the NDA will be finalized by mid-March. So this is regarding the election that are going to take place in the Assam. So the other news is that Meerut house blaze kills 6 persons, including 5 children. So tragedy struck a cloth trader's family in Uttar Pradesh. In Meerut, where 6 members, including a 4-month-old twin sisters and 3 children, perished. A fire triggered by a suspected electric malfunction at a 3-story house. Further on, the incident occurred around 8 p.m. on Monday at Kidwai Nagar. The 7 people were admitted to the hospital with the burnt injuries, to whom 6 died, Meerut SSP Avinash Pandey said. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath expressed condolence to the bereaved family and directed officials to expedite relief measures to the injured person. Further, the central government salary accounts will improve savings account. In this particular news, is talking about, with an aim to strengthen banking outreach among the central government employees, Secretary of Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance on Tuesday unveils a composite salary package account opening camp at Kartavya Bhavan in New Delhi. Further, it was jointly organized by SEBI and Canara Bank. So this has been organized by SEBI and Canara Bank, where 12 public sectors banks are participating. And addressing a gathering, Mr. Naga Arjun said that the salary account offers scope for improvement in saving account. SBI New Delhi Chief Circle General Manager Debashish Mishra said that the salary package would help both government employees and banks. Further, the Rajasthan prohibits felling of khejri trees after 11 days of protest. So Rajasthan is being news regarding the environmental protest regarding for past few months. Earlier it was regarding the Aravali Hills, and now it is regarding the khejri trees after the 11-day protest, where the Bharatiya Janata Party government has enforced a ban on felling of khejri trees following a 11-day long agitation by Saints and Bishnoi community members in Bikaner. A bill for tree protection will also be introduced during the ongoing budget session of the state. Khejri is an official state tree of Rajasthan and designated in a view of its immense value of desert ecosystem and rural economy. Considering the fact it is the state tree, so we are supposed to protect the tree, and it will be of course raised in the budget session as well. Now we will come towards the editorial page. So today's news is firstly about the constitutionality of flawed SIR process must be decided quickly. With the corrections and claim process coming to an end, the special intern revision process, which has been happening in the West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh, will be due soon. The net numbers of voters are removed from the pre-SIR electoral rolls in states such as Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Chhattisgarh remaining high. Tamil Nadu and Gujarat are, after all, net immigrant state, unlike Bihar, where deletions were around 6%. So this basically news is talking about why this SIR process is happening and what it has been including on. Further, the Israel visit, its strategic, economic, religion and impact. The West Asian region is staring at the possibility of its worst ever military conflict with one of the largest American military buildup in the Persian Gulf. Iran is defiant and has refused to bow down to unreasonable demands from the United States. Concurrently, in Gaza, although the ceasefire has held since October 2025, the prospects of lasting peace still looks remote. In addition, emerging fault lines of the regions are drawing alliance with such UAE and Saudi Arabia in the opposite military blocs. So this news is basically what has been happening about the Iran and Israel visits, and this particular talks about the Gaza and the peace protest that has been taking place. So India's trade strategy in the multipolar world. India's recent global trade strategy aims to boost export and strengthen its position as a leading global trade partners. This has resulted in ambitious free trade agreement and a strong presence in the key international economic forum. In 2023, India updated its foreign trade policy with the goal of increasing exports, reinforcing a framework of strategic autonomy and that supports sovereign decision making while engaging major global power. Further, according to the Department of Commerce 2025 year-end review, India recorded 6.5% annual increase in the total export, merchandise service combined reaching $820.25 million. So there is a major shift in this particular approach and the deal with the US. So when we talk about the trading deal, the deals which have been happening with the US currently is been in the news for a really long time now. And now when we talk about the early in February 2026, India and US signed a framework for an interim agreement in reciprocal trade, restating their commitment to advancing negotiation on a border US-India bilateral trade agreement. Interim framework is designed to progressively reduce tariffs across a range of products, thereby facilitating greater Indian export in US market and enhancing overall market access. This particular agreement also prioritizes strategic collaboration. So when we are considering, see, this is an editorial part. So when we are reading the editorial part, it is a point of view by some of the persons. So if we are considering that what has been happening in the trade agreement with the US and India, we need to keep in mind the trade points, how much the amount is to be paid, what is the trade completely to be happening. Further, we will go with the opinion page, where attracting talent positioned abroad. So this particular article is about the H1B visa petition of 2025. Isn't it about that brain drain system of India is true somewhere, that India has been seeing this for a while, that people who are of good progress, people who are talented have been moving to other countries and settled there by attaining the visa of that, by getting the visa and attaining the particular position. So this is all for today's session. Thank you so much. And but you should keep in mind that the opinion is something which we need to keep in mind, because this is particularly going to help us with the grammatical portion as well as the reading comprehension portion, because if our language is going to be strong, it is going to help us in the answer writing format. So thank you so much.